So bringing it into Revit is very similar to how we did it in Dynamo. And I'll go ahead and expand Grasshopper here so we can see some of the tools that are available to us in Revit again. And we have that direct shape, which should be a term that we're familiar with. And we're going to add a geometry by direct shape. And we get a bunch of controls here, but we can actually, unlike Dynamo, we can just pass through the geometry right away and it will automatically default some materials. So let's go ahead and hook those two together. And I'll actually let this run just to show you how long it takes to update the model. And that is to push it through to Revit. And that's completed now. And I'll scroll this back down again. And actually I'll close these off so we can see our model inside of Revit now. And so I put it on grass. I made a floor plate and I've got a perspective view. And let me get this centered here. Perspective view and in a isometric or a 3D view, I guess, but not perspective. So it really does a nice job. I'm not even going to require us to go through the trouble figuring out how to create materials with it, since it seems to be really quite nice. And I don't want to labor this too much for you, but you're welcome to work with it. You could try to bring it into another program like Lumion if you wanted to and add some context, but I really don't. At this point, I actually much more prefer that you would experiment with shape. So remembering that this is dynamic, so if we go back to Revit, or excuse me, Rhino, and we modify our shapes here, that's going to feed all the way back to our model. So let's go ahead and give that a minute to run. I'll probably put it on pause so we don't waste too much time here. Oops, that's updated already. And then let me see if I can close this off. Excuse me, I jump screens with my mouse, so sometimes it takes me a bit. Okay, so there we go. We've already updated our model with our new opening or our new oculus to it. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to really, I guess, experiment with shape more than trying to, I guess, create anything, as far as a realistic type rendering. So I'll spend a few minutes trying to think how we'll put together a presentation sheet for this, and I'll do another video.